not go bad after like 3 days. You just put them in some water and they just keep growing. And you just chop some pieces up. Like that's where I think the positives of TikTok are at. Like they should be trying to shut down Twitter because the more and more I'm not on Twitter, and it's just evolved into a Twitter rant. The more that I'm not on Twitter, the more that I don't want to be on Twitter. If that makes sense, because it's just a bunch of bullshit,
I think
like a bunch
eventually
of shit. So
eventually it'll eat itself up from the inside and destroy itself. But like when it comes to TikTok, the reason why I do think it will get banned is because of the the information that China has as far as like how they figure out their algorithm and push stuff out to people and stuff like that. Like that kind of, I guess, that level of technology is something that we don't have. And for us to get that information, China would have to sell TikTok to America, and China doesn't want to give that up. So I don't think TikTok is gonna survive, 2 years because China that information is just too valuable. Because I don't feel like anybody who is on TikTok has ever. It's very rare to scroll on TikTok and see something that you don't want to see. And like everything is almost perfectly curated for you, unlike Instagram where it just sends you nonsense, or Twitter where it sends you nonsense. Like TikTok, it's guaranteed to keep you on there. So I just don't see America getting that information from China. And if I was China, I probably wouldn't want to give it up either because it changes the game.
well, get ready to export all your content back to Instagram, buddy,
I
because
put all
that's
my
kind of
I've been slowly but surely putting it on YouTube, just making it YouTube Shorts. That's what I've been doing. And then they have like little apps where you can like get rid of the TikTok watermark so it doesn't
oh, there's an app
block
that can
you.
do that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, send me that because I got hella videos that I've been trying to like export because like I was again I before I had my kid I was doing like Instagram videos like almost at a daily clip, like it was insane. But I really fell off. I got to get back on my game. Uh, what's going on? Unpopular opinion. I'm not gonna respond to your first salutations because I do not know your race and ethnicity. But you know what's going on, Playboy. Salute for you to jumping in the chat. Um, but yeah, I got a bunch of videos. Like the content game, really, honestly, is kind of like repurposing and reusing content because like I see it all the time. So like I got hella shoe videos in the tuck that I could just repurpose, rechop up, throw back on there. But it's one of those things where it's to kind of beat or ride the algorithm, you have to be very consistent and then also understand what the algorithm is doing. There's a dude on YouTube that will kind of try to explain the algorithm a little bit, which I kind of feel like it's a little scammy, but he's doing it for free, so I don't know. But it's just like almost every day or every week or every month you have to like switch up like your timing or the length of your post or the filter you use.
Hashtags.
It's damn near a full-time job to try to get something to catch on here. I said this about Twitter. I think the days of organic followings and organic content is really done because again I'll take a day or two off Twitter or X and get back on there and it's literally just misinformation tweet, disinformation tweet, old basketball clip. It's stupid and maybe it's just my timeline, but there's really it's not fun like it used to be. It's just your timeline is just flooded with so much garbage all the time. It's just like, fam, I don't care. Just blatant lies, blatant propaganda, which in another conversation, sometimes the lies could be good, but that's neither here nor there. But just the idea that people just get on there and lie and then just people believe it and just retweet it and argue about things that are just not true. It's just sickening. I was like, I don't have time for this.
The community knows
But
they're working overtime over there.
yeah, very body. I almost feel like some of the whole like threads of conversation are just bots arguing with each other, and then like roping real people into the conversations. Like, do y'all not have jobs? Do y'all not have nothing better to do than argue about? I don't know. Just the USA men's team saw Kyrie and said no. Like, yes, they did. So what?
Yeah.
Next, what's good, Migo the Plug? Appreciate you tapping in, chopping up some pre-pod topics, but yeah, it's annoying. It's very annoying. Like there's a couple times I'll find like some tweets that are interesting and I'll save, but for the most part, I'm trying to get away from getting my talking points off Twitter because it's just stupid. Like you saw the Bronny James tweet, right?
Which one? His or
all right. Nah, so there was a Bronny James tweet that came out, and again, this is just people trying to find ways to go viral and create nonsensical conversations. And of course, it's a blue check. I'm not gonna mention the name, I won't give him no credit, but it said the first NBA contract of the most recent number 55 picks. Kyle Guy, two-way contract, Jay Scrub, two-way contract, Aaron Wiggins, two-way contract, Gui Santos, 75,000 guaranteed, and then in all caps, Bronny James, $4.4 million guaranteed, right? And then somebody quote tweeted him and said, the 57th pick in the 2023 draft signed a 4-year, $7.6 million deal. The 58th pick signed a 4-year, $7.6 million deal. Did anyone talk about this before Bronny? Like just stuff like that. Like you're just trying to be, yeah. It's just like people feeding into like bullshit and goofy shit just for Twitter attention and like the $2 check that Elon Musk sends them that doesn't cover their subscription for their blue check. So, but another tweet that I did have saved that I found was interesting. I didn't read the quotes, but I did see a little bit of him getting packed up. There's a dude that was like, yo, yep, shout out to Migo the Plug, engagement farming at all-time high. With the Bronny hate,
crazy.
Bronny hate, though, I did see a prop that I might have to jump in, and I think they said for the summer league for him not to average more than 15 points.
You gonna take the under?
I might take the under on that because he ain't really get to the bucket. Yeah, getting to the bucket like that, man. Like
taking G League bets is nasty. That is, you got a problem.
I think that's on Prize Picks. I don't think I have that option, but you know, you got to get it how you live. But there's a dude on Twitter talking about, hey kids, let's go see Despicable Me 4. And he was saying it cost him $152.69. So it shows his purchase on Fandango, which is an app you can buy tickets on. And it said an adult tickets, 2 tickets for an adult was $43.96. And the children's tickets, 5 children, $93.40, convenience fee $15.33, and the total was $150.69. And the first thing jumped out to me is like, yo, dog, like 5 kids was a choice. Like, let's start there. Let's not worry about the movie theaters. Tickets prices. Like 5 kids was a choice that you made, buddy. So maybe you should wait till Despicable Me 4 streams on your local television. Y'all pop some popcorn in the microwave. You know, cut the lights down low, put a couple of blankets on the blinds or something like that.
Get a recliner.
Cut it up really loud so you get the whole movie theater experience and you know, have a blast. But that's a choice that you made, bro. Like Trojan condoms are like $10. So that's on you, bro. But I thought that was kind of funny. So that there's still some gems on Twitter here and there, but for the most part, it's a bunch of bullshit. You know, like things that don't get like retweeted. Apparently there was like another mass shooting. I saw one tweet about it, but then like 30 tweets about Ronnie James. Like it happened 6 days ago. 7 shot, including 4 kids, all of whom were believed to be Hispanic, shot by a Nebraska man who had previously told them to go back where they came from and to quote unquote speak English. But you know, I got 80 Bronny James tweets talking about nepotism and stuff. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. Like, this shit is goofy. What's good, Justin Jefferson? Yes, Bronny. You know, shout out to you. Shout out to the Vikings.
That is insane, man. Like, it's the fact that this stuff just happens and it doesn't like cut through. Mass shootings are no longer breaking news anymore. It's like, you know, Caitlin Clark, Bronny James, Biden versus Trump, and then mass shooting, like in that order in terms of importance. It's sick. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, Bronny, he might be lucky to be a role player. He might be a G leaguer and then just go home. I don't know. I'm not really too well versed in the NBA, but like it says his contract is guaranteed. So like, does that mean he's going to make the roster? Like I'm confused in how that works. Because like, what if he's just ass? Like, what if he's just beyond cheeks?
He'll be on the roster,
just get to get the money and go home, or
yeah, he'll keep the money. But if he's not good, he'll just, I guess, probably stay in the G League or get waived or get traded or something like that. But it's just the 55th player. Like they're not. Some of the things that are going on with him are kind of like, the whole idea about, if another team picks him, then he's gonna play in Australia, and it's just like, that was never really confirmed, and he only worked out for like the Lakers and the Suns. So that's something that, like, I guess a regular second round pick wouldn't do. But if you have the ability to, if you have an agent that has that kind of power to get you to where you want to be at, that's what you're supposed to do. That's what you're supposed to do. And I don't want to hear the nepotism angle. Like I don't want to hear it. Not in the NBA. The NBA is run amok of nepotism. Like the owner of the Lakers got the Lakers from her dad. Jeannie, like, no, we're not doing a nepotism thing. And like the money that gets to them is, I don't know, like if it's average or like baseline or whatever, but it's not like he got a max contract. It's $7 million. Like it's not like like I said, I just think it's just a lot of people engagement farming and just trying to go viral and get their Elon bucks off of this, because it's really not that serious. It's not that serious. Like, if anything, this should be a positive thing that a player has played so long and at such a high level that he was able to last long enough to be on the same team as his son. Like, that's a Disney movie plot that if someone gave that to you, you'd be like, nah, we're not doing that.
Shout out to Osama Wayne. He says Marcus Sipples better not be your real name. Better get G checked on the.
Oh my god! Better not be.
Yeah.
Respectfully to Osama, crazy. I guess.
I mean, Osama Wayne is a crazy name. First and foremost, like,
you can't talk about my name and your name is Osama. Like, there's only one of those.
You know, R.I.P. Maybe. You know, they never never showed us. Hey, they said they dumped his body in the lake. Like, or in the ocean. Like, I don't believe that for 1 second. Like, you mean to tell me you kill the most famous? You know, let me stop for the people coming get me. But I have questions. I have a lot of questions.
You'd have been paraded his body through the streets, like, yes, like the Stanley Cup.
I'm just saying, nobody took a selfie. Nobody like snuck a photo. Like, nothing. Not a thing. Nobody got nothing. Okay, all right.
They ain't taking shoes. Run his pockets real quick.
I mean, they got his hard drive. His hard drive has some interesting.
It's nasty. It's nasty.
Hey, that man was. Hey, man, shout out to never mind.
Ass nigga, he the 69 Dodge.
That man was a fan.
Yes. Semi-breaking news for the NBA people that will kind of tie into our next topic here. The Sacramento Kings are agreed on a sign and trade deal that will land DeMar DeRozan on a 3-year deal, and send Harrison Barnes to the San Antonio Spurs and Chris Duarte and 2 second-round picks in cash to the Chicago Bulls. So I guess the dream of DeMar DeRozan coming home is over.
It's close. Sacramento's on the West Coast. It's in California.
I guess. I mean, I guess we got money. It's close enough. But shout out to them. Maybe they saw all that activity going on. I was like, you know what?
A little too close.
a little too close to home.
Too many flags, bro. Too many flags.
Yeah, you know, you can't keep putting bring these people close to home so they act a fool, man. Silly Tiger just entered the building. What's good, Silly Millie Tiger?
That's
Also an interesting name. My day has been. I'm existing at this point. I'm just a glob of meat floating through space, trying to make it, trying to survive day to day, doing the same routine every single day, the same things. It's just but whatever.
Nobody cares.
Yes, nobody cares. Shout out to 45. Nobody gives a fuck. But yes, that is the answer to your question. That is how my day's been.
This nigga living in the Matrix, man, just going through like a damn
fucking
Sim.
slosh, eating goulash.
Man, in a
Fighting for my
simulation.
life.
Jesus.
I mean, low key, it is, the simulation, but it is what it is. What else I had before? Oh yeah, have some follow-ups. Have some quick follow-ups. Let's queue up some shit real quick. So where's Diddy at? Anybody heard any Diddy stories? Like I haven't Googled anything, but I feel like it was kind of hot for Diddy, and then he just kind of disappeared from the public eye, the public space. Yeah, it's interesting, I did see that he took down that tweet allegedly where he was saying that he was innocent, all that jazz, yada yada yada. So I don't know if they're trying to build up a court case or what, but yeah, it's just kind of want to see him kind of in the news a little bit more, but it is what it is. Also, just for thought, did we ever find out who shot Drake's man at his house in broad daylight? Any updates on that? Maybe because it's in Canada, we're not privy to like the local news clippings of that. But yeah, man, somebody's got clipped at previously one of the biggest artists in the world's house. It's like, nothing to see here. It's caught a body, sweep it up under the rug. Where Canada is supposed to be like one of the most safest places on earth, and people just getting clapped up in 4K. But yeah,
It's crazy out here. It's crazy how things just move. Like at one minute something's the biggest story all over the place, and then the next day it's just gone and forgotten. Like less than a week. Like things just happen so fast that if you don't catch it, it's just gone and no one cares about it anymore. Yeah,
so I'm sure maybe once something pops up, they will kind of bring it back up. But it's just, yeah, I mean, either it will or it won't. He could fade into the sunset, but I think maybe things just cooking in the background. And then when something like substantial happens, it'll come to the forefront, depending on when it happens. If I was there, I would be one of the people that maybe try to do like a media dump during like the election. So just people don't care about it or think about it. It's like, oh yeah, Diddy got paid off $30 zillion worth of people, and then he just go on with his life. So, but yeah.
Also, it's almost like if you ever get caught up in some scandal or something crazy, just wait a day or two. Just wait. Something else is coming. We'll forget about you. We'll move along.
That should always be the play. Now, that should always be the permanent play. If you get caught up some shit, just give it 2 days. Give it 3 days.
Now, if it's been like 2 weeks, if it's been like 2 weeks and niggas is still on your ass, then you might want to come outside and say something. But like you give it about 2 or 3 days, act like nothing happened, act like you didn't see it. People will forget about it. Let's move along.
Yeah. So moving along, The Bear. I don't know if y'all watched The Bear. I started season 3. And I think I've said this before. The Bear is probably one of the best shows I've seen in a long time. Just from how they portray the characters like range of emotions, the way that they act. Like everybody on there is really putting their best foot forward as far as giving individual performances to come together and create a very solid product. But I got to episode 3 and so sometimes you can be too good at your job, right?
Yes.
Right. So the 2K slider for the Bear for anxiety, I think in these first 3 episodes is pushed way too far to the right. Like my heart's beating fast. Like I had to cut that shit off. I'm like, I can't relax and watch this. Like it's
it's
not
that.
even nothing crazy. Like it's not like, yo, there's a sniper on the roof and he's got your daughter there literally in a kitchen just going through it. I'm just like, yo, y'all need to relax because I'm having heart palpitations. I can't do this. I know it's a stressful environment. You know, Carmi wants to get them a Michelin star, and he's trying to be all innovative, but like, hey, they're going through a lot. Like that's a lot to ask for some people to be on your level, bro. You need to maybe just chill out, smoke a cigarette, you know, get with your old lady, do something. But you're stressing me out, and I'm the consumer, and I don't like to be stressed out watching TV. So great show, very very aesthetically pleasing. It's very artsy, but man, that shit is so like the episode you can watch it. There's an episode in season 2 that's a flashback to a Christmas dinner, and that's probably the manufactured chaos I have ever seen. But I'm just like, yo, how are they that good at stressing people out? Like,
it's insane.
So I had to take a break. I'm like, yeah, I can't do this right now.
I like the show. I think it's a great show. I just don't understand why the cooking industry is so intense like that. Why are you yelling at me? Why are you cursing me out because the butter doesn't look right? Like I get it, you know, they're creatives and perfectionists and you want, you know, things to be right all the time, but like that it's that intense. It's like,
well, okay,
it's on that level. Like, geez, man, like I couldn't do it.
If you're paying for like a 7-course meal and you're paying like $100, yeah, I want this to be the greatest shit I've ever eaten in my life, because if it's not, A, I'm gonna slander you online. B, I'm never gonna come back. And I'm like, well, I could have spent this on, you know, 30 In-N-Out hamburgers, right? So when you're go ahead.
I mean, when you think about it, I mean, when you're like a high-end restaurant, not like a chain, not like McDonald's or something like that, but when you're like you have your own business, your own restaurant or whatever, it really only takes one bad review or one bad plate, one bad dish, one overcooked steak to kind of taint your name forever to where you can never recover. So I mean, I guess when I think about it a little bit more, I get it, and I think they do a good job of kind of letting you in on the background and why things are so serious, why they do take it like super personal, why things have to be perfect, because you don't know where this person came from. Like you said, this person could, you know, this show's based in Chicago, so these people could be coming from Puerto Rico or from California, that like they don't live around here. They've come from across the country to your restaurant, and it's got to be perfect, and it's just no excuses basically. Well, but damn, you ain't got to call me a bitch over no chicken wings, dog. Like Gordon Ramsay be out of pocket sometimes. Like you got to see me outside of the kitchen, you gonna talk to me like that?
Yeah. Well, I think I've had like a course meal like one time, and I went to go look up the restaurant and it closed. The pandemic got to well, damn. I think they might have more restaurants, but the one in Hawaii is definitely closed down November 2020 after being open from April of 1995. So damn. But yeah, it's one of those restaurants that like the food looks like the bear, and you're like, damn, like, okay, well, how am I going to get full off these little ass portions? And surprisingly, you do get full. Like once you have like 7 courses, you're like, all right, well, shit, I thought I was going to be full off these little ass pieces. But yeah, so you wanted to be an experience. If you're paying, you know, a bill for a couple small portions, you want it to be like really good. So I've never had like the level of shit they be doing on the Bear, I guess, like the Michelin star restaurants. Matter of fact, let me look up some restaurants here real quick because I bet there is one here.
I've never had
And
anything.
I'm curious how
like,
much it costs.
I haven't had anything like with a star, but I mean, I've been to cities and places where like you go there for the food. Like when I went to New Orleans, obviously we went there for a family reunion, but like I mean, this is my wife's family, so it's not really, you know, I didn't know those people. I was going there for the food, and I had a list of restaurants. I had people recommend restaurants to go to, and every place that we went to was it did feel like somewhat of an experience, and it did feel like they took a lot of pride and effort into the food that they were giving us, even though they probably make these same things 1,000 times a day. But you know, they try to make it special because like I'm from out of town, so.
So I looked up one place that I've heard in rap songs. Nobu. It's a sushi place. I guess they have a star here. I'm trying to see what their prices are hitting for. But yeah, I mean, just solely based on the fact that they have a Michelin star, which I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what that means, but the people in the food industry, you know, that's a big deal. I guess it's like, I don't know.
It's like an Oscar.
Yeah. You got
it's
a
a big
Grammy
deal.
in food. Yeah. So just based on that, I would go in there expecting the food to be world class, and I would also expect to pay for that. But I think it kind of goes with the experience. I was trying to check a price, but I guess they don't really have the menus and stuff like that. Yeah, or the menus. But yes.
Once you get up in there, you're gonna find out how much it costs. They ain't putting that online.
Okay, well, you know, one day once I hit a lick, I'm gonna see what's up with these legit places. I mean, but yeah, those are a couple things I want to really talk about.
I got my I got one take. I kind of need to. I don't know if it's like retracting it or just kind of revising it, but I did. I did say either in the chat or on this podcast, I might have said that the Weeknd's version of Dirty Diana was better than Michael Jackson's. I went back and listened to Bad again, and I re-listened to Dirty Diana by Michael Jackson, and then I immediately went and listened to the Weeknd's version of Dirty Diana. And I'm not saying I'm wrong. I think that if you were to give The Weeknd the same production that Michael had, I think that song is better. I think the version that The Weeknd had was a little bit more slowed down and mellow and fit more to his style, but his singing on it was still better for me. So that's kind of, I guess, a little bit of a retraction. Like his version is not better than the original version, but if you gave him those, you know, that energy, that level of production, I think he would have been able to reach the same levels that Michael made. Respectfully.
Yeah, I saw an episode of the JBP where they had, I think they said they had Bad as the second, not the second. I think they had Bad over
Someone had it
Thriller.
number one. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, when they started running down the tracks, I was like, I could see that. I could see that. But shout out to Zayn Ali. I don't know if I pronounced your name right, but appreciate you tapping in. If you haven't, you know, do the like and sub thing. We'll follow back at some point, but appreciate you tapping in. But yeah, they ran the track list. I'm like, yeah, I guess Bad's legit. I mean, it's got a lot of bangers on there. So, but one of them albums is terrible. I forgot which one it was that I ran through. I'm like, yeah, this album's not good at all. But
I think
that was Michael Jackson album in quite some time. So
yeah, what puts Bad over the top of Thriller for me is that both of those albums each have one song that's kind of like mid-ish, where it's like, all right, this ain't really a banger, this ain't really a hit. And the one on Thriller is the one with Paul McCartney, and the one on Bad is the one with Stevie Wonder. So that's kind of how I go about it, where I'm like, Paul McCartney is not a good artist in my opinion, and Stevie Wonder is one of the greats. So that's why Thriller is number 3 and Bad is number 2. It's just that one song. They both, if Thriller doesn't have that song with Paul McCartney on it, it's probably number 2. And I think if Michael Jackson only
did I get my take about that?
About what?
About The Girl Is Mine. I think I might have tweeted it. I think I tweeted in another reality. I don't know what the timeline for these songs are, but another reality, Say is on the album instead of The Girl Is Mine, and I think that changes a lot.
What album was Say on?
I think it was on a Paul McCartney album. I don't think it was on a Michael Jackson album.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want Paul McCartney anywhere on anything. Like, I don't want to hear his voice. I don't like the way he sounds. I don't think he's a good singer, or I don't think he brought anything to that song, and I think he made the song worse. So yeah, just no Paul McCartney. Like, no more of that, man. No more of that. And I
he got some bangers.
Yeah, whatever. The bar's low for them. If Michael Jackson,
that's hate.
If Michael, I think we would discuss Michael Jackson on a totally different level if he just had his, the Jackson 5, and then he just did, if he would have came out with Off the Wall, Thriller, and then Bad, and then just walked away forever. I mean, you see how we talk about Michael Jackson now, how big of an icon and all this stuff that he is and that he was. If he just came out as a solo artist with Off the Wall, Thriller, and Bad, and just called it quits from there, I think we're having a totally different conversation about his discography being damn near flawless, because Michael Jackson's discography is kind of like Michael Jordan's career, where we only talk about the highs and don't really talk about the other stuff that we didn't like. Like, everything after Bad was kind of like the Jordan Wizards years and his, 89 season where he got smashed by the Pistons and stuff. Like, the 6 championships are the 3 solo albums his first 3 solo albums that everybody reveres. But yeah, you'd have a hard time.
Yeah, shout out to yes, I Am a Dolphins. Dirty Diana is on Bad.
Yeah, is it? Yeah.
And then Zayn Ali said he cried for MJ, never got a chance to attend. How unlucky I am. Yeah, I mean, I honestly, with the kind of legacy acts like the Michael Jacksons and the Princes, I don't know if they would have been. I don't know if it would have been the same experience seeing them at the tail end of their careers. Like, I feel like if you don't get peak Michael Jackson, then it's not the same experience. Like, I know he was still like getting busy, towards the end, but I just don't think it's the same, if that makes sense. So, but yeah, it's, shout out to Michael Jackson out here in these streets. Real quick. So, switching to the parent cast, for all the parents out there that are letting this white woman, Miss Rachel, raise your children like I am, salute to you. She's the GOAT. Big pink gang. We salute Miss Rachel over here. She's a godsend. But to do a little bit of pocket watching, have you ever peeked in on her YouTube page?
I think, I said this pre-pod that my kids miss the Miss Rachel wave. Like, we just, either she got popping when they were too old, or it just never crossed our path. So I don't know anything about Miss Rachel. I don't say nothing negative about her, that's for sure.
Real quick, shout out to Zayn Ali. He's a professional artist in Pakistan. Shout out to hip hop community. Yeah, if you have some of your music on if you have some of your music on your YouTube page, we'll definitely check it out. And if it's if it's popping, we could if we get permission, we'll use it as the intro for our podcast for a couple of episodes. Shout out to you. But yeah, YouTube is an interesting place. So take a guess at how many followers or subscribers she has.
subscribers on YouTube, Miss Rachel.
Yeah, and let's provide some context, right? As we kind of transition eventually into the next topic, which is going to be Kendrick Lamar, Not Like Us video. Kendrick Lamar has 15.3 million subscribers on YouTube.
I'm gonna say Miss Rachel has 30 million.
Oh nah,
subscribers.
She only has 10.4.
10.4, really?
That's it.
Oh,
yeah,
I mean, that's a lot.
But all right, so let's add some more context. It is for somebody who's not compared to currently the most famous rapper in the world right now, right? Let's see. What is the damn? All right, so the highest viewed video 7
That's
years
what I
ago
was
for
going to ask
Kendrick
next.
Lamar is 970 million views, right? What is the highest video for Miss Rachel if you had to guess?
I mean, I feel like people just kind of just run these things like all day, every day. So it's probably way up there. I'd like 40 million view. Nah. Let's, I don't know. Her most popular video.
I don't even know if that has to do with popularity. I just think it's how the cookie crumbles. She has a video she put out 2 years ago that has 867 million views.
Jesus. I was about to say 40 million. You said 800 million views?
Yes. And I watch this video. I watch this video every single day. So I know I'm running these numbers up.
Okay, so you're running the numbers up.
But I mean, I'm just looking at her For You videos. 122 million, 131 million, 867 million, 88 million, 11 months ago, 216 million, a year ago, 480 million, 3 years ago, 69 million, 90 million. There's nothing under like damn near 100 million views for all these videos. Like this shit is insane. Like this is different. She's doing some different shit out here.
Did she start on TikTok?
I think she started on YouTube. I feel like this is before the pandemic. Oh, no, it might have been around the pandemic, I think. Maybe, but
yeah, I feel like she might have been. I thought she kind of blew up during the pandemic. I mean, it says her oldest video was 5 years ago. So that was like 2019. That's crazy. Your oldest video has 8.6 million views on it. That's crazy. That's coming out the gate. Like, wow, that's
I didn't know you could see this. She has 111 videos, right? Her total views, I think this number is 6 billion.
God,
I think I've never seen a number that big.
Miss Rachel got shooters like that.
Can you see how many Kendrick has total? She has Kendrick has about 7 billion views with a quarter of the amount of videos. But again, Kendrick Lamar is one of the most recognizable artists in the world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's
he's been way active. He's been active a lot longer than her, probably almost 20 years. I might need to do a little deep dive on Miss Rachel, where she came from and what she's about.
I know she lives in New York City. I just did an interview with Good Morning America, I think a couple months ago. But yeah, she's the Michael Jackson of toddlers and younger. Like she got the block going crazy.
Kids and toddlers see her, they start passing out.
Something like that. Yeah, it's serious business. Like literally every single day I watch these videos. So shout out to her. So smooth transition to videos. Keep going.
I was gonna say, do you think Miss Rachel is like bigger than? I'm trying to think who are the big like kids things that are popular for kids, like Blue's Clues or Sesame Street, like all that stuff? Is she bigger than all those things?
I mean, to put it in perspective, I don't watch any of that other stuff. Like, it's literally just Miss Rachel. And even when I cut the other stuff on, my kid is like, "Not cut this shit off. Put on Miss Rachel."
I need
I mean,
that.
she
I
don't
need
talk,
that pure.
but
I need that pure. I need
yeah.
that pure Miss Rachel. Miss
Okay,
What?
I am
One
Adolpha
white
says.
woman. One woman cleared
I
out
am
Sesame
Adolpha
Street.
says the Swifties had more views, but I mean, again, Taylor Swift is like an international famous like music icon. Miss Rachel is singing "The Wheels on the Bus." Like, it's not the same. It's not the same thing.
We're talking about impact, though. We're talking about someone that's educating the children,
Yeah, she's
them,
like
educating our future leaders.
Well, yeah, she's like legit. Like, she's like a real teacher. Like, she's.
Oh, she ain't no
She
teacher
has like a
no more.
degree.
She ain't doing
Oh,
that
nah,
no more.
nah. She put that down real quick. I guess I need to read up. I heard some things about her personal life that I was very, very sad about. But you know,
Oh no!
sometimes
Oh
people
my
can't
God.
handle. Well, nothing crazy. Let's see. Let me do some think of some tea.
See on that rock. Oh my gosh. There's got to, yeah, I'm gonna have to look up Miss Rachel. I gotta see how she came about and like how she blew up so quickly. It had to have been the pandemic. She had to hit a lick or something.
Yeah. Okay, well. Oh no.
Oh no.
Damn. Not the TB true. Let me see
So what?
TikTok is saying. So allegedly, so she makes videos with her husband. Like, 'cause her husband is like a Broadway composer or whatever. I feel like he probably writes all the music on the show or whatever. But the T is allegedly they're getting divorced or are divorced. So that's that's sad if that's the case. The video's not showing up, so maybe it's just some people being messy, but yeah. Oh no. Oh, the T might be real. Okay, that's not her. What is this? Somebody's being funny on the internet. I don't know. This might be AI. Yeah, I think somebody's trying to be funny, but okay. Oh, and then there was some controversy that there's a woman in the LGBTQA plus who does some videos, which she doesn't do nothing problematic, but I guess them people are upset that I think there were some pronouns used or something like that, and whatever, just being goofy. Again, if she can hold my child's attention so I can go to the bathroom, God bless. Salute to you and yours. But oh my God, shout out to her. Definitely have to do a Miss Rachel deep dive. But he definitely fumbled the bag. They're getting divorced because those views equal a lot of bread. So it's expensive to live in Manhattan if that's where they live at. So act accordingly.
Definitely.
But anywho, moving on. My transition was stepped on, but that's okay. We'll survive. I don't even know how we do this. Okay, that's kind of weak. Go with the Rick Ross grunt. There we go. Thoughts and prayers to Rick Ross and his crew. You shouldn't have did what you did. That was a choice that you made, and you had to live with the consequences of that.
Dumb choice.
But what he did was play Not Like Us as he left a concert in Toronto, and magically we got a Not Like Us video on the 4th of July. So we're gonna clap it up for Kendrick. Continue to respected artist formerly known as Drake, and it's a great video, solid video. A lot of people are calling this a victory lap. I think it kind of really it, it really showed that Kendrick Lamar is a different type of beast, right? And it's almost like ooh, Santana oiled up Unc. What's going on? Wait, what's going on? I don't know what kind of this is a
Yo, yo, bruh, how? How does this keep
Oh my
happening
God.
every week? Every week,
Oh
someone
my
pops in
God.
with this. Where are all these freaky ass niggas coming from?
Freaky ass nigga, he the
Ah.
69 God. Freaky ass nigga, he the 69 God.
Oh my God. Shout out to the chat. If you're not if you listen to this on the podcast, he said my bad, bro. No man, you
Don't
good,
ban me.
Santana. Just keep it,
Relax.
you know, it's a Christian value based podcast. You know,
Relax.
let's chill. Let's chill
Relax.
on the meat. The meat
The mega
the
meat.
that beat mountain.
Oh,
Oh my fucking God.
oh Lord.
All right, I don't even know.
Ugh.
But yeah, it's really showing that everything Drake said in his songs are kind of it's pretty much it's spoiled milk at this point, right? It's like literally Kendrick. It's almost to the point where this shit seems like it was manufactured, which it is the music industry. It could be, but I think the level of hate that Kendrick Lamar Duckworth has for Aubrey Graham, he really thought this out from like the day they met. Like, yo, I don't fuck with this dude, and I'm just gonna watch from the sidelines, see how he carries himself, and kind of wait for the perfect opportunity to dismantle this clown, which he did very surgically. And I'm glad that I was around to see this happen in real time. This is definitely it definitely was a moment in hip hop. I think that President Joe Biden should give Kendrick Lamar a Congressional Medal of Honor for showing his level of patriotism and showing what we do to adversaries from other countries. Like we haven't seen this type of fucking genius warfare since I don't know D-Day or whatever the fuck they be talking about. Like this was incredible. Like this should be studied. Like this should be the new national anthem. You know, like they not like us, and Kendrick clearly showed this. And you know, I think that's another conversation. We're not going to go into Joe Biden, but yeah, not like this video. A lot of things going on. I've rambled a bit. Marcus, let me get your initial thoughts and takes on it.
Yeah, I thought it was a great video. Kendrick has a track record of putting out fire ass. Come on, dog. Putting out fire ass videos and very creative videos where it's kind of like everything that he shows, everything that he shows and puts on there. I was trying to ignore it.
Our chat is degenerated into some. Yeah.
This chat is so disgusting.
Oh my God! Shout out to Santana.
No, but it's one of them things where it's like we saw so many like on location and behind the scenes footage of the video while it was being done in like real time. So I kind of thought it was just gonna be, you know, the scenes of them outside and at the burger place. I thought it was just gonna be that, and you know, that was it. This is gonna be like a little, just like you said, like a victory lap thing where it's just like, you know, we're just showing off. I'm in Compton. I'm in the place that you said, you know, that you're more popping than me, the place where I don't put no money trees at. I thought it was just going to be just that. But then, you know, putting Tommy the Clown in there with the dancing and the stepping and all that stuff, having, you know, everybody from TDE out there, the stuff with the owl, the stuff with the pinata, his family being in the video. Like, it's just, there was just way more to this video than what I was expecting. I didn't expect it to be that much extra content in that video. And it was just the like just how it was shot. Like it didn't really look like it never really looks like a regular music video with him. It always looks like a scene out of a movie or like a HBO TV show or something like that. It just looks crisp.
Yeah, I've been wanting to say, you can check my tweets and listen to the podcast, that I don't really understand that why music videos still exist, with the exception of Kendrick Lamar. I think Kendrick Lamar was like the first music video of an artist I'd watch in a long time, because again, the MTVs don't exist, the BETs don't show music. There's like really no VH1s, and I think the last couple of videos I can remember him doing that I watched were "Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe." N95 was very fire, very fire. And then this, so I need to go back and check out the rest of his videos because they all look very very artistic and very unique.
The ones from The Pimp a Butterfly is when he really kind of like stepped it up. Like I think his stuff from Good Kid, Mad City was fairly different, but they weren't like special, I guess, in my opinion. But then once he got to The Pimp a Butterfly, it was kind of like, okay, now he's thinking outside of the box and doing different things. Him and Dave Free, I think Dave Free does all of his videos, so it's just a thing where like he just has a very great eye for, you know, really putting his vision out there, which kind of if Dave Free has been doing all of his videos and they all look like that and they've all been improving over the years as they've matured and got older, I need them to go back and do the Good Kid, Mad City movie that they talked about doing. Like that was they talked about doing, like making that as a movie. That go ahead and do that. Like y'all, let's do that. I would forego a Kendrick Lamar album for a Good Kid, Mad City movie.
Right, I don't know about that.
I would. I think I would. I listen to Good Kid, Mad City a lot, so it's a very cinematic video, and I think if that guy that's been doing these music videos this whole time is able to get the kind of budget and casting and writing to be able to put that to film, I think that'd be amazing to see.
Well, I did make a list of questions I definitely forgot I made, so I'll kind of double back some of these questions. But I watched a couple of YouTube videos, and I just put up a website complex just breaking out some of the Easter eggs in the videos. And again, with Kendrick Lamar, the same with the music. A lot of people, his I guess his product, his art is made to be, I guess, widely interpreted. So a lot of people have different takes or theories on what things mean. From what I'm looking at Complex, they kind of missed one of them off the top, so they clearly don't mind the internet. But the first one is when he was in the jail cell. Obviously, that's a reference to, you know, Drake going to Cell Block 1. But when he's doing the push-ups, they're saying that was a reference to the push-ups diss track that Drake did, right? And again, with these review videos, these content creators, salute to them, because I wish I get to the point in my life where I could just review content, because they also deciphered that he did exactly 17 push-ups as like another, as like, I'm dead ass serious, as like another shot of Drake that he doesn't like anything above 17, right?
Okay,
so this is like a different level of everything in the video. There's a reason for everything. That's
yeah.
All right, so in that jail cell, they didn't reference this, but I saw this in the video. There's some pictures that are turned around the wall. Another reference to Drake's diss track, I think Push-Ups or Family Matters, where he said, "Y'all got my picture on the wall when y'all cooking it up," or whatever. So that's another another theory to that. So I guess there's another part where he's in the, you know, made up jail cell mimicking a TikTok Drake did with the young girl. Which again, it looks even worse. You got him signaling strength with TDE, as Drake tried to insinuate that, you know, TDE had him out here tap dancing, that his team wasn't strong, his circle wasn't strong, and that he pretty much was like kind of a slave top or whatever. You know, kind of got that out of here. Got the homies lined up, holding it down at the pop out and in the music video. The DeMar DeRozan one was kind of obvious. There were some people that thought he was saying like D Rose, like
Yeah,
I didn't. I didn't understand.
I never understood why people thought it would be Derrick Rose. Like it's DeRozan. Like I don't know. And why? Like you said, one of them songs, Drake was talking about YG got you wiped down. YG's in that video. Like you can't. There's a part of me that wants to go back and kind of go back and re-listen to everything Drake put out on them diss records, and then see what Kendrick did, and just see like how wrong he was. He was just wrong in damn near everything that he did. Every step was a misstep.
Yeah.
There was nothing calculating about anything that he did, and it all looks bad. And I feel like it would look worse because I don't know when's the last time you listened to any of them songs, but like I feel like if I go back and listen to Taylor Made, and
I listen to push-ups. I'm not push-ups. I listen to Family Matters, but I like the first part of Family Matters. Family Matters. That's pretty much it.
I like push-ups.
I just like it because it's funny.
I like push-ups. I thought that they were almost damn near like on the same level as far as energy and lyrics or whatever. But then after that, just kind of it's like Drake's songs and J. Cole is hard to listen to for me right now.
Well, we'll get back to that. Yeah. I like Family Matters just because it's funny. The first part is just funny. Like a lot of people, and I kind of got off track with the Easter eggs, but a lot of people were like Keke Palmer and even Bomani Jones had mentioned like, yo, how was the whole 69 God thing a diss or a negative part? And it was like, okay, it's wordplay. Like he calls himself the sixth God. And calling another man a 69 God is crazy. Like it's just funny. It's just some funny wordplay shit. Maybe there's some deeper meaning. I don't know, but I just thought it was some funny wordplay. You call yourself the sixth God, well now you're the 69 God. You a freaky ass dude. Like it is what it is.
Freaky ass nigga, man.
But even with that though, the bar that people need to be deciphering. Oh, I can never remember it, but that's another reason I listen to Family Matters. What he said he knew it was smoke when Abel started to serenade, and he said, and then he said, got me reaching for my waist. Like, what were you reaching for your waist for after another man was crooning, bro? Like, what are we doing? Like, what did you mean by that? Because I know you don't have a gun. You live in Canada, right? So why are you reaching for your waist after another man started to sing it?
Immediately.
Like, that's just weird. Or what he said, the whole Dave Free thing is hilarious. He said, well, not that type of free. I'm talking about my ninja Dave. I'm like, bro, that's the worst bar I have ever heard, dog. If your GM was your BM secret BD, then it makes plenty fucking sense to me, dog. That shit is terrible, but it's so funny. I be dying listening to Family Matters. Drop. Like, bro, come on, dog. Get the fuck out of here, Drake. What are we doing? Drop a 50 bag tonight for the thought. Like, what are we doing? I was really trying to keep it PG.
That shit is disgusting. This nigga's sick,
represent YG, Chuck T, CB. Only person really holds you down was the game. He's getting ostracized from the West Coast. I think even Chris Brown was playing. They not like us, so yeah, he's getting frozen out. But all right, I digress. Back to the video. I don't like how Complex did this list. They did it kind of in a weird order. So I'm gonna scroll through DeMar DeRozan. They said that Dave Free appears. Like it appears that nobody at Complex watched the Pop Out show because it clearly showed that he produced that as well. So I don't know.
I think he directed that also. I think.
Yeah, I don't know what white man wrote this art for Complex. It just says by Complex, so they're not going to give credit to the person that doesn't know what's going on. So he didn't pop out. He's been present. Like
he's done. I'm almost certain that Dave Free has done every video for Kendrick Lamar. Like he's done all of them.
Yeah, I mean post beef when his name was brought up as the potential
Yeah.
father of his child.
Which is
DJ
such
Mustard's
a reach, man. Such a reach.
yeah, DJ Mustard's Blue Jays hat. I didn't notice that in the video, but somebody brought that up that he was kind of high key trolling wearing a Blue Jays hat. That money in retrospect. The one thing I didn't catch in real time was that he remade part of Family Matters video, and then he had the Drake-esque character sneak up behind him with the shiesty on, and then just he just got blown away once he got Kendrick. Kendrick looks extremely unbothered, so that's a nice little Easter egg that I didn't even notice. Let's see the skipping on the sidewalk hopscotch during the A minor portion.
That was foul.
Sick.
That was
foul.
So foul.
That man was getting on the hopscotch though. Shout out to him.
Just
man, he's got some moves.
He killing it, man. Like he's
let's see. The shipping containers part, I heard this. I didn't know if this was a reach, but they're trying to say that he's referring to Drake saying the Epstein angle as where women are sex trafficked in crates, which they said there's some correlation to the doc scene in season 2 of The Wire, which they were trafficking the women in the crates. So that's pretty deep if he went that far, which I find interesting. You have the Kendrick waving to the camera in all white, pretty much kind of alluding that he's finished with him. Also, they said this was dropped the same day as the all white party that Drake appeared at, looking very stressed. I don't know if that picture is real, but if it is, the white jeans in his body are beating the dog shit out of him right now. Like he looks like he aged 40 years during this beef. All right, Santana, I'm sorry, bro. Pride Month is over, dog. You got you're wild. You are wild. Shout out to the LGBTQ community, but you can't come out here asking us to see your BBC. Like that's crazy. Like this is a Christian value-based podcast. I'm about to put you in timeout, bro. Like get your life together and come back and be a productive member of society. All right. Sorry about that. Yeah, so I think it was dropped the same day. So that is interesting. Him in the all white waving to Aubrey at the all white party, which that had to be a stressful situation. Like, I get it, you have to play it cool, but if you haven't seen that picture, I might make that the cover art. But like Aubrey looks crazy. It looks like his face is melting. Like he looks stressed. Like even if no matter how cool you can play this, like bro. I don't know what it would have taken for them not to have played Not Like Us at that party. Like you know that so you're trying to play it cool, but you know behind the scenes somebody's like, "Hey man, Drake is going to be at this party. Do not play that song. Do not play the hottest record out right now at a party with athletes and rappers who have all clearly heard this song, that all probably rolled up to this party playing this song. But because you were here, do not play that song." And just that has to make you feel awkward. Like, damn, bro, we really want to hear Not Like Us, but because your bitch ass is here, we can't listen to this. We can't listen to this pop. And that's just gotta be
the song of the summer, the song of the year.
That's just gotta be awkward, bro. I know, like Jay-Z was there, dog. I know he's looking at you like, damn, bro, like
he's going.
You're a fucking bum. Like, it's just all bad. It's
there. At some point, there's going to be a video that's going to surface where Drake is somewhere and that song does get played. At some, like he's not going to be able to go and peruse the strip clubs and clubs like he normally does without hearing that song. And someone's going to catch it on video, and it's going to look even worse. It's you're going to see you can see the beef on his face.
Well, I think because it is Drake, there's always going to be a level of accommodation for him that, like, hey, unless you have like some rogue agent be like, you know what, fuck this, I don't even like this job anyways, I'm going to go viral, I'm going to record this video. But for the most part, if they know Drake is coming, they're going to make sure, like, hey, let's get the playlist curated. Let me
Okay.
get let the boss get the aux. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't think that's just gonna happen because you
Do
don't want
you
to risk Drake in your establishment because he's Drake, even though he's going
you
through
don't
right now. He's still Drake.
you don't think there's a possibility that Drake goes to, say, an Atlanta Hawks game and the organ player there is known for playing like the popular songs and him playing Not Like Us on the organ? You think he's not doing that because Drake is there?
I don't think Drake is gonna. I mean, has anybody from Atlanta stepped up for him? Has said anything to him? Like Lil Wayne was at that concert, which was at that party and performed, which is also interesting.
The all white
Being
party?
that yeah,
Okay.
he performed Steady Mobbing.
Yeah, that was good stuff.
So I'm just like this. So like I haven't seen Lil Wayne say anything for you. I know like Birdman said something for you, but like that's supposed to be your man's. Like
That's
the
money
quote
right
unquote
there.
best rapper alive. That'd have been the person to kind of if you need to recruit some help, that's probably you want to go to. But I haven't seen anybody from Atlanta really stick up for him. So I feel like he's not going to show his face in Atlanta for a little bit because they're gonna, like you said, they're gonna agitate that shit. Like, hey, bro, you here just to colonize us,
Yeah, what you doing
whether
here?
it
Where
be
you
true or
going?
not. But it's that just is what it is. So I don't think he's gonna be randomly at a Hawks game. He's probably gonna chill with the Raptors and keep it close to the vest. I don't think he's really gonna be doing a lot of popping out because it's too hot right now. It's too hot.
Right.
But
Can I play a and like you said, a lot of things that Kendrick does, it kind of feels like it's planned and part of a strategy. No matter how minor it is, it seems like it's like every word that he says kind of matters. Every scene that he does kind of matters. So my wife sent me this TikTok, and I'm not gonna play the entire thing, but I'll play like maybe the first little bit so you kind of get the gist of it. It's from Levert the Bassman.
Now I'm going somewhere with this, and I need you to follow along with me, okay? The term WAP in the early 1900s was a derogatory term used towards Italian immigrants. Originally, in Italian, it derived from the word guapo, meaning a dandy, or the Spanish term guapo, meaning handsome. Well, when these Italian immigrants got to the Americas, well, specifically the United States of America, the G in guapo was dropped and it became WAP. Well, then that term WAP evolved into a derogatory term meaning someone who is here illegally, meaning you are here without papers or without a passport, right? Well, Kendrick Lamar said, WAP, 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 WAP. It's a double entendre. It's not just that he's whooping Drake with this. He said, you are here in Black America's culture without papers, sir.
Like, I just don't. Is that a coincidence? Like he just happened, like, because you don't think that he's doing that the whole WAP. You just think it's like, oh, it's just kind of an ad lib or whatever. But it's like, did he mean it in that way? Did he mean to go as deep as he did with that? And it's just, it makes you think. Where it's like, man, this nigga hates this guy.
I mean, for somebody that says he has 5 more diss tracks in the tuck, I would probably say yes. They said all he does is raps and workout. So, but again, like I said earlier, Kendrick's music is to be dissected like this. And again, even if he doesn't mean it, it means it. Doesn't matter. Now it means that Kendrick is the most diabolical wordsmith of all time.
Even if he didn't mean it, it's still a bucket. It still counts. You still get credit for it.
Yeah, because if he's plotting this for as long as people think, then he might have really thought this out. So pushing up the list. Got to the shipping crates. The owl in the cage are all the owl references. So obviously him beating up the owl pinata. Damn, they didn't even catch this. This whoever works at Complex is not good. Like, sorry, you could at least like went on YouTube because there's a lot of great content creators out there. So they did get the part with the pinata, but also too, pinatas are very popular at children's birthday parties. So they failed to leave that part out. And then with the end, in the cage says, "Oh, what the fuck?" Okay, this one was different. They said the owl was being a representation of the label as a pinata to an embodiment of Drake himself as a living animal. It's also easy to think the phrase of involving a caged bird when witnessing the closing imagery, all all Drake now is sing. So that was a common thought
Ooh.
process with that.
I
The
like
one that I didn't know is that owls are predatory birds. They should be locked up in a cage. Yeah.
What does
Yeah.
OVO stand for? It's like, goddamn, dog.
Yeah.
Jesus.
That's a bar. The other vaginal option is that's probably the bar that runs on my head the most from this beef is the other vaginal option. Like that is insane. Like what does that mean? What does that mean? What is the other
The other one.
What is the other vaginal? What are we doing? Bird ninjas and bird bitches. Like that's
I cannot.
that line just goes through my head a lot.
I cannot hear certified lover boy without immediately saying certified pedophile. It's just it's now it's a verbal tick now, or like I just have to say it, or I immediately think of that. It just he dissected this man to the fucking catchiest song on the planet, and it's just, oh man.
Okay, so the final. Oh, go ahead.
No, I would almost feel bad for Drake if he wasn't so corny, but I mean, it kind of feels like he had this coming. You don't do this to someone who didn't deserve it.
This is damn near bullying. Yeah, and then the final, I guess, nail in the coffin was Kendrick Lamar having his family in the video doing gang shuffles. In the living room. I was like, man, what
the
are you
gang shuffle?
doing? Various gang shuffles. Him and his lovely. Partner. So I'll just read the thing. This might be deep and complex. During the bar, the family matters and the truth of the matter. It was God's plan to show you all the liar. That's another bar that I say in my head a lot. Lamar appears on screen with his partner, Whitney Alford, and their two children. Drake created an entire set of conspiracy theories about Kendrick and his family on diss track Family Matters. He claimed that Kendrick had a toxic relationship with his childhood sweetheart, had moved to New York to get away from the rest of his family, that his son was actually fathered by his business partner and friend, Dave Free, and that he was physically abusive to Whitney. The first image shows just how much Kendrick's son, Enoch, looks like his actual father. Then as the song continues to play, Kendrick and Whitney dance in pure joy to the beat and the kids run around playing. This seems to be pretty clearly to be an attempt to dispel other claims. But if that wasn't enough, Whitney appears to be wearing a wife beater tank top. This may be a bit of a stretch, but given her dance to Drake's demise, she may just be as petty as her partner. You know, I like how they phrased this, dance in pure joy. No, they were doing gang shuffles. Those are gang shuffles. Whatever white man wrote this article, fucking get your life together, bro. Like, they're gang shuffles. I don't know which gang that they are representing in those shuffles, but don't do that in public in LA.
None of my business. None of my business. I just call it dancing and stepping. That's it. All them other things, that's not for me to know or for me to talk about. No, sir.
Yes. So, but I did see somebody on TikTok. There's somebody that's, I guess he's reasonably popular. I don't know what he does, but he's a black dude. He'd be on there. And it was in my notes, but he was pretty much saying, like, you know, Kendrick has never directly said he doesn't beat on that girl and that he should say that. And I was just like, and even people in the comments were like, that's kind of a weird hill to die on, right? Because he was like, oh, well, Drake said that he doesn't, something to the effect that he he doesn't like want to be involved with younger women or kids or anything like that. I think the difference with both situations is that a lot of the things that Aubrey has done in his personal life tracks to the things that Kendrick is saying versus it looking like or appearing to be that Aubrey just made up a bunch of stuff based on, Miss from Around the Big Steppers, which Kendrick said, like, hey, you're making up this narrative based on an album that I made that may or may not be loosely based on my life. It could just be a story. He seems to be a great storyteller, right? So for him to take that as the gospel is, again, poor planning, lazy, allegedly put out money in the streets and people just gave him lies and he just ran with it. It's just
them boys cashed out on his ass, man. That's embarrassing. Like they told the story about it. I listened to the story.
I don't know if it's real, but if it is, that's embarrassing. Like on this part.
It's bad. Too.
So I just think that was a weird thing. Like if you're not beating, like if something's not true, why am I going to address it? It just makes you kind of look worse. Just kind of like how Drake was kind of explaining himself away in the Heart Part 6. It's you're backpedaling instead of really going on offense, which Kendrick has done the whole time. Like he was really on his ass from day one.
You're reactionary. You're on the defense. You're not attacking, and it's just like once you start being so reactive, and once you start responding to everything that Kendrick says, you start fucking up by saying, "I don't look at no Millie Bobby Browns, nigga. No one brought her up but you. We weren't talking about her. Why are you bringing her up here? Like
why is that on your conscience, my brother?"
Yeah.
Why is that on your heart?
It's like, yeah, we knew you jump on the Epstein angle. Why did you think we would do that? Why did you think Kendrick would do that? Is there a reason for someone to do that? Why? Why, Drake? Why did you think the Epstein angle would work on you? Like, bro, come on, man. It was just once you start getting reactive, you start fumbling over your feet and you just start being sloppy. And this nigga you did not. How many times did it take for you to listen to Mother I Sober for you to understand that Kendrick did not get molested? Like it took me 2 times because I think I heard it wrong the first time. So I went back, I re-listened to it. I was like, okay, he said no, he didn't touch me. And Drake, you got the OVO sweatshop. You got, all the best writers and producers and people around you. You got probably the greatest sound system in the world. You couldn't hear that record or that verse clearly enough to understand that Kendrick wasn't saying the things that mother, oh, fuck. Like, so embarrassing, man. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. But yeah, I think the one thing that's kind of getting annoying is a lot of the OVO people kind of saying that Kendrick is milking this Not Like Us video. And my only counter to that would be is what do you think Drake would be doing if he smoked Kendrick Lamar in a rap beef while having the song of the summer and having someone like DJ Academics on his payroll? Like, what are we talking about here?
I don't take the OV hoes seriously. Like I said, I think I blocked Ocho a long time ago, but I know them cats are spiraling. I know they're spiraling.
Well, I think what hurt.
I can only imagine what their group chats look like. I see the little OVO group page that pops on my timeline every once in a while, but
yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, get that shit out of here, bro.
It's bad. I think it's I can understand from like a where I don't want to say it's like jumping the shark, but like when Kamala Harris is saying, they're not like us and speak, like when other people start saying it, like people that probably shouldn't be saying it start saying it, that's when it starts getting annoying. Like when you hear, broadcasters and big brands and things like it happens with a lot of things that are super popular in Black culture. Like there's a group of people who kind of dislike Beyonce because she got too popular and her popularity made it to where white people were talking about Beyonce in a way that they found annoying. So it wasn't Beyonce that got annoying. It was that she got so big that now all these outsiders are coming in talking about it. You're just like, all right, well, I don't really fuck with you. And you're talking about something that I like and you're starting to make me dislike it. So I think that's where we're getting at with the Not Like Us. Like I listen to that song a lot still. The song still goes. So it's not the song that's bothering me. It's probably our politicians using it in their political speeches that's annoying.
I saw that. I figured this would happen because I went listen to it after the video dropped. The song went back to #1 on some chart. So because it just kind of revitalizes it and wants people to listen to more. I honestly listen to Euphoria more. I really wish 616 LA was on DSPs. So that's also an incredible record. I was hoping we'd get that as the snippet, but we did get the snippet. And my question is that let's play the snippet.
I am reincarnated.
Yeah, we'll
I'm
play it.
stargazing. Life goes on, honey, and all my babies. Woke up looking for the broccoli. High key, keep a horn on me. That come my seat. IP ownership, the blueprint is by me. Mr. Get Off, I get off at my feet.
Yeah, that's
so. I guess my question is: a lot of people are very worried that that's not going to actually be a real song. So, if you had to make a bet today, is that song going to make the next album or not?
I'd like to know who produced it first, but without knowing who produced it, I'm going to say no. But if it comes out that DJ Mustard produced that, then I think it makes his album. I think it makes Mustard's album. I'll say that. But I don't think they've said who produced it at all yet, though. Yeah,
I mean, I'm still kind of. I think I posted in the chat. I think it'd be interesting if Kendrick's album doesn't have like any diss tracks on there, except like as a bonus track at the very end of the album. Like you have to just let that shit play out. I mean, now with stream, you can just fast forward back in the old days. You know, if there's a bonus track, you just have to let the album play. Like Watch the Throne got me nasty with what is it, Realest Motherfuckers Alive, because I downloaded on iTunes and I played the last song. I was just chilling. And then that weird ass sound cut back on. I was like, "Oh shit, the fuck is going on?" I was terrified. And then that beautiful Lex Luger track dropped on there. And I was like, "Oh shit, there's another track right here." So that's kind of cool. But that'd be cool if Kendrick is so unbothered, as you can see in the video. He's like, you know what? This is separate from what I really want to do is put out another banging album. And maybe not, I wouldn't even like that. That would be so cold just to stomp on this man's head the entire summer and then release an album and not have any of the tracks on there. Because I think just by having Not Like Us, that's just probably like I think it could be because he doesn't, being that he's, I guess, independent or doing his own thing, I don't think he necessarily cares about the numbers. Like it's gonna do numbers anyways, but like I don't know. It just depends on the vibe of the album. Because Not Like Us is a very kind of jovial, celebratory track. So the entire album would have to all be upbeat, or maybe it be the last track, or maybe another bonus track at the end. But that type of sound and that type of song sets the tone for what the album has to be, in my opinion. So it would be interesting how he works that into the album, if he even puts it on there.
Yeah, I don't think any of the diss records are gonna make the album at all. I don't think Euphoria, Not Like Us, 616 in LA, Meet the Grams definitely not going on anything. Like I don't think any of them songs are gonna be on the album. I think they're all just gonna live in their own little spaces that they're in. I would, like I said, I would love 616 in LA to be on Apple Music, but I mean, yeah, I just don't. I'm not saying you can't have diss records as a part of an album, like we've seen it done before. Like 50 Cent has done it, Jay-Z's done it, Nas has done it. A lot of rappers have done it before, so it's not like it's impossible. But I mean, Back to Back didn't land on an album, so I mean, and it was one of the bigger songs of the summer. So I mean, Kendrick is not a guy where this isn't a situation like Bia, with against Cardi B. Like if Bia put out something like Not Like Us, someone on her level would have to put this on her album. Like they'd be like, no, you're putting this on your album whether you want to or not. We need this album to, you know, be a automatic #1 platinum album out the gate because Not Like Us is going crazy. So Kendrick is not on the level to where he needs to put this song or any of them songs on this album to really justify his standings out here.
Yeah, I mean, again, if it has the same bop as the snippet track, I can see it. Or even if you do put it on there, make it the first song, and then
like for
the first song or the last song.
Because Ether was the second song on Jay's album, and I think Takeover was the second. I think Ether was probably in the top 3. It was like they get them songs out early, so yeah. You're gonna put on there, the opening song.
But Not Like Us is, I feel like, a different monster than Ether and Takeover.
You don't think that? I mean, what do you mean? As far as popularity,
I think it's a different type of song. Yeah, I think yeah. Ether or Takeover wasn't like a song of the summer, like it. And I think this is kind of transcended that. Like the Not Like Us video got what? How many millions of views in the first hour? Like
it was working at 1 million views an hour. That was the pace it was on.
Yeah, which is insane considering I think the song on YouTube had like 100 million views very quickly. So, but yeah, I mean, we'll see. I guess the last thing I'll say before we do our songs of the week is one question that I had is that I'm curious what would have happened, like if we could use the Infinity Stones, get a time machine or alter history. Like, I'm curious what would have happened if J. Cole would have doubled down and be like, nah, I don't care what y'all saying. I'm engaging. I'm getting into this beef. I wonder what would have happened. Like, because clearly whatever Schoolboy Q, which I believe is who I guess informed him to kind of back out, whatever he told him was enough to make a grown man remove a song from his album, right? And apologize in front of all of his fans, like in 4K. So I'm curious what that conversation looked like. I'd love to have been a fly on the wall in that room, but like, what if J. Cole's like, nah, fuck that, I'm from Fayette, I'm doing this. I'm in the big 3. I'm one of these guys. I'm just curious, like, how does this go? Is it one of those situations where, like, you get the weaker one out first, like you clap you beat him out of the way first, not one hit, like, one hit. You knock his ass out, like get him out of there, and then you go to Drake. I think it would have been interesting to see that kind of play out. Because again, if this man had, I don't think he hates J. Cole. I think even if J. Cole would have still engaged, I think it might have been a situation where Kendrick might have just ignored him. Like, hey, bro, like I don't hate you like I hate this other man. So I really don't have that in my heart for you. I think it might have been a little bit more friendly, but I honestly think he possibly would just ignore J. Cole.
I think he could have done it too. I think if we were watching this thing unfold and J. Cole put out another, mid diss record, and then Kendrick comes out with Euphoria, 616 in LA, and he's just like, I'm not dealing with you. I don't care. And that's kind of the attitude Drake should have had out the gate. No, you don't need to respond to A$AP Rocky. You don't need to respond to The Weeknd. You don't need to respond to Rick Ross. You don't need to respond to none of these guys right now. You got a monster standing in front of you. And I think Kendrick would have ignored him, honestly. Like, especially after listening to 7 Minute Drill, like you can tell he's not a battle tested guy. He's just kind of shown that. And I had a theory that more rappers were gonna come out and diss J. Cole, but after J. Cole pretty much not killed his own career, but pretty much killed himself after that apology and then putting out Grippy, and it's like, all right, it would kind of just be piling on to diss J. Cole at this point. So I think a lot of people just left it alone.
That makes sense. Well, shout out to J. Cole for having the foresight to back the fuck out of there when it was not his
Immediately.
business. Like, hey man,
This ain't got nothing to do
like,
with you,
hey
dog.
man, yeah. So, salute to him. But anywho, salute to y'all for checking us out. I'm trying to find a song of the week. I feel like I've listened to new music, but
There wasn't a lot of new stuff this week. I think this has been a great year for music. Honestly, I think
it started out bad.
I
It
say
started
that
out
every
very
year,
slow. Like, remember when the 21 Savages album was like the marquee album, and that shit just kind of
yeah. I went back on that one. I was like, this is probably gonna fall out of my top 5 because it's yeah. Once you start hearing what other people have to say, you realize how much 21 Savage is not saying on this album. Respectfully, like this nigga ain't really saying shit. But I mean, if you're still looking, I don't have a particular song, but just this album in general, the new No Worries album with Anderson .Paak and Knowledge, like everything about that song, about that album is like amazing. And it's not even just about the writing or the production. The production is crazy. But the thing that I like about Anderson .Paak, because he's not a singer, but he's got he you feel what he is saying in his songs, like the emotion that he's trying to convey to you, when like the sadness, the frustration, the damn I fucked that up, like that type of inflection in people's voice. He really puts that out in while he's singing. And I just it's one of them things where like you don't really get that from polished like singers. Like I couldn't really hear Beyonce giving us those kinds of emotions, or even Usher, because they're so polished. Every note has a sound crisp and clear. He sounds like he had, like, before he walked in the studio, he smoked a pack of cigarettes, because that's what he was feeling like. And the album is so good that he makes Earl Sweatshirt sound palatable, and that's a tough thing to do.
Yeah, I'm about to re-listen to that album. I don't like sad Anderson .Paak. I like more up tempo. Yeah, I'm about to go back. I did like the singles.
Unbelievable.
Like the singles.
Oh my god!
Really? Personal preference. Personal preference. He's clearly going through some things. I think he got divorced or something like that. So
he did. That's why I like it better. I like it more.
That's not the Anderson .Paak. I mean, he might not, because he's not touring it. So he's touring the superior album Malibu. So, yes, the Malibu supremacy reigns. My song of the week is going to be from Lupe Fiasco. He dropped a little EP called Samurai, and it's going to be from the title track Samurai. So go check that out. I think this is I don't think he cusses a lot, but Lupe puts out just Lupe's flow, Lupe's voice, just how he raps. Like, he can rap a whole song and not curse, and it still bangs, which is very hard to do. So shout out to Lupe Fiasco. Check it out. This is only like 30 minutes. It's a very short project. So shout out to the projects that are under 30 minutes, because I'm going to click on your album and it's an hour. Probably not going to listen to it. So, but, or I have to break it up, because again, I'm conditioned now to listen to shorter albums. But I did run back that Vultures one. Definitely still bangs. Definitely want to hear Vultures 2. But I need to listen to some other albums. I've just been slacking. But let's see.
I was surprised the amount of replay value Vultures had. It got better the more I listened to it. I'll say that.
Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong, Silly Millie Tiger. Like, Drake still has, like, we're not going to be able to take away his discography, but we're all just going to look at him different. And again, we definitely don't want to hear the trapper thug hard Drake, because it was already unbelievable in the first place. I even said it or tweeted it, like, trapper Drake is great music. It's just 100% false. It's like it's not. I don't believe you, though. it's even crazy. Just a long wrap up. Like the Drake stimulus package isn't even really popping anymore. So I don't know if that's like concerted effort, but I know I feel bad for the artists that had probably waited their entire career to get that call or get that feature confirmation from Drake, and then it had to get sat on, and then the beef happened, and the stimulus package is gone. So, yikes!
Evaporated.
Yeah, but tis what it is. Again, appreciate y'all tapping in. Shout out to Silly Millie Tiger, Willie Gutierrez, Ahmad Salah, Julian, I'm Adolphus, Zay Ali. Who else tapped in? Justin Jefferson. Let's see. Osama Wayne, Migo the Plug, Unpopular Opinion, and the freaky ass dude Santana. This KTSC Ave. We out. Peace. Subscribe to. Yeah. Peace. Anytime, Silly Me the Tiger. Appreciate you tapping in. Salute.